Happy Friday. So today's message, we're going to talk about a topic that hope doesn't come up very often for you. When it does, you'll have some equipment to be able to help your clients walk through, and that is escrow holdbacks. Basically, escrow holdbacks are funds held in escrow for work that is to be completed after closing. Every lender has their own guidelines, and it's really important that you know what those are when this is coming up and address this as soon as possible, because it can really be an issue late in the transaction. So the sooner you get to them, the better. I'm going to share just a few of the highlights from our escrow, from Evergreen Home Loan, from our escrow holdback policy. Use those kind of as a guide. They're probably pretty close for most lenders. They are for deferred maintenance or minor repairs. So it can't impact the safety, soundness, anything like that of the property. Can't be for a huge amount. So for us, we limit it to 10%, which even that I think is quite a bit, but up to 10% of the as completed value. Can't be for manufactured housing. That's for us. Again, probably pretty standard. We need bids for the work. So contractors got to do the work, and we have to have those bids so that we know how much it's going to cost. It's got to be completed within 180 days of closing. We typically will hold back 120% so that there's a little bit in there for contingency. And we don't do partial draws for escrow holdbacks. So you have to have it, everything completed, and then we disperse the funds to pay for that work. So this is a place where call us. If this is coming up, if we think that there's some issues we need to address, this is a great time of year, and why we're covering it now is because it's going to get really hard to paint or do some of these things because of weather. So it has to have some reasoning behind that, why we can't complete this work before closing. And weather is a big one that comes up right now, so covering that. Other thing we're going to talk about, I mentioned this a few weeks ago, that rate projection season was coming, and it is upon us. Today, got from Housing Wire, which is a pretty major publication in our arena, and they came out with their 2025 rate projections. And finally, there's an expert that is really honest. So you'll see in the graph that their rate that shows the rates from the beginning of 22 through 23, 24, and then what their rate projection is for 2025. And we may not like it, but they say rates are likely to be between 5.75 and 7.25 for 2025. And you think, wow, that's a really big range. But if you look at 2023 and 2024, it was kind of that similar range for rates, right? It's a 1.5 point, 150 basis point range there. And that's pretty typical for the last couple of years. So probably, prudent to think that that's what we're going to face in 2025 as well. So we'll have some more of this. Obviously, we're all hoping for lower rates. Helps for affordability, helps for values, helps for a lot of things. So we're all hoping that that's going to be the case, but probably somewhere between that range. I like the lower part of that. And the last thing I'll leave with is a graphic that we're sharing on Facebook today. And I think it's just a great message. The only bad time to buy is later. If you're not following us on social media, we have it in the email that will go out with this, or find us Evergreen Home Loans Sandpoint branch is where we post those. So we'd love to have you follow us there, connect with us there, and we'll do the same. Guys, have a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you soon. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We have a lot to be thankful for.